welcome back to my channel. My name is Ash. If you haven't been here before, this is only my second video though, so you haven't missed much just yet. So I recently posted my first video, which was about my weight loss story and how I lost nearly 20 kilos. So in this video I just wanted to do a quick video about one of the strategies that I used to lose that weight, which was very effective for me and can probably be effective for most people as long as you can actually do it. So the strategy, as you would have guessed from the title, is about fasting. So fasting is not the easiest thing to do, and it's not something that I would suggest if you are just starting your diet in the first few weeks, because you've already got a lot to get used to as you make your small changes towards weight loss. I didn't start fasting until probably 3 months in, and the reason that I started it was because that was when I started to stall in my weight. I think I had gotten from 75 kilos to about 68 or something, and I wasn't losing quickly as quickly as I would like. So I did a bit of research and I thought, you know, what can I do to speed up the weight loss a little bit? Of course I didn't want it to go too fast, but because there are consequences of losing weight too fast that you don't want as well. But I did want steady weight loss. So that's when I found the 5-2 method, which is a really good method if you can go a whole day without eating a lot. There are different fasting methods out there that might be better, but as a shift worker, that method was the best for me, because other methods would be too hard with changing my shift times and the times that I go to bed and stuff all the time. So 5-2 basically is where you eat a normal diet for 5 days out of the week, and then for the other 2, although not consecutively, you fast. So the research is a bit up in the air about the amount of calories, and a lot of dietitians and nutritionists that have been authors of books about fasting disagree, and they have different opinions on the amount of calories that you should be eating. But sorry guys, my battery decided to die. For me, the amount of calories that I would eat on my fasting days was about 500 to 600. To give you perspective, on a normal day I would be eating about 13 to 1400, sometimes 1200. We'll go 12 to 1400 depending on if I was doing exercise or, you know, if I was even hungry. So yeah, 500 to 600 2 days a week. So definitely not consecutively, because that would be way too hard, and I just don't think that you need to do it consecutively. So I might do a fasting day on like a Monday and then a Friday, and then I would eat just fairly normal foods on the other days. It's really important when you do a fasting day is that you drink a lot of water and that you don't get dehydrated. So I don't drink a lot of water normally, so I would probably only drink maybe 2 liters on a fasting day, and then I would have my Coke Zero as well. That's what works for me, because I don't need a lot of water. If it was the middle of summer and I was doing a ton of exercise, I would definitely drink more than that. But when I was doing my weight loss, it was winter and spring, so it wasn't super hot. There were days though when I was at work where I might have drunk maybe 3 liters. Yeah, just making sure that you're drinking enough water for you, and you'll know what's enough for you and whether you're feeling dehydrated or not, because your body is really good at telling you that. And so as far as food would go, on a fasting day I would still probably have an up and go for breakfast. When I was doing my weight loss, I was very much up and go was like a daily thing that I had every single day for breakfast, and I never deviated from that. They are not the best drinks, and I'm aware that they are actually quite high in sugar, but calorie wise I think they're about 190 calories, so they're not super high in calories, and I found them quite filling and I just enjoyed the taste. Basically I would have a chocolate one, and it was like I was having a chocolate milk every day for breakfast, which definitely made the weight loss easier, because then I wouldn't crave chocolate on top of that. So I'd have that, and then because it was about 500 to 600, and let's say that the up and go is 190, so I still want to have 3 meals when I'm fasting. 3 very small meals, but I would still want to eat 3 times a day, so I would just have very small meals. So the other 2 things would need to be about 200 calories that I would have. So I might have a little tub of yogurt, which they're about 150 to 200 depending on the brand, for 1 meal, and for another meal I could have a piece of fruit or some Cruskits, or just really little things that aren't super high in sugar, although it doesn't really matter because it's more about the calories. But I guess you want to be able to eat something filling. So I find up and goes and yogurt's quite filling, so that's usually what I would do. And sometimes I would even have 2 up and goes in a day, or even 3. And sometimes I would have 3 up and goes in a fasting day, and that would be all that I had, as well as the water. And I found that easy because I really like up and goes, and I found them really filling, and they do actually have, you know, good vitamins and stuff in them, so they were good. Not everyone would be able to do that, so you just have to find what works for you, and it's going to be different for every single person. Basically just find some kind of food that you really like. Another way that I know people do it is when they do their 5-2 fasting and they do their 500 to 600 calories, they'll just have 1 meal. So they'll just drink a lot of water, and they might have lunch or dinner, and it would just be like a fairly normal meal. I don't know if that would be as effective, because you're essentially breaking the fast by doing that. Feel like little meals would be more effective. Basically what would happen is, if I hadn't lost weight and I had stayed at the same weight for 2 weeks, as soon as I would do a fasting day, I would lose like 1 kilo. And because I was consistent in the way that I was eating on the other days, and I kept following my meal plan and my diet and everything, I wouldn't put that weight back on. So you can't just do a fast and then eat like crap on the other days, because that won't work either. You have to be consistent in the way that you're eating, and like I discussed in my other video, you have to make those positive changes first. So you have to have already cut out your snacking and your excessive processed sugar, or whatever it is that has made you put on weight. You have to have already broken those bad habits and be eating a balanced, healthy diet before fasting will actually help. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said at the beginning, I wouldn't try fasting until you have been on your diet for maybe 3 months, and you've already changed those habits, and they're already new habits that you've formed, and you find that easy. You don't have to do fasting to lose weight. I think that you can definitely do it without it. I think that fasting sometimes helps speed it up a little bit. So if you do find that your weight is stalling for a couple of weeks, you could try a fasting day and see how you go. Could probably do 1 fasting day a week, and that might still help you. You don't necessarily have to do the 2. I just wouldn't do any more than 2, because your body definitely does need food. So I'll put a link below with some information, more information about 5-2 fasting, but I just thought I would share with you my experience, and hopefully you guys have a good experience if you try it. Let me know if there's any other weight loss videos or anything that you want me to post. Thanks, bye.